World Tenz. 10 scientifically impossible places that actually exist. Earth is a place for natural wonders, and we always wonder what special place to visit. Some are natural wonders of the world and some are man-made creations that will leave us baffled. Our land here is quite spectacular, but wouldn't you know that there are still some places out there that seemed so far from reality? It's hard to believe that they're real. Believe it or not, there are some pretty incredible places out there that most of us have never even heard of. Let's take a look at 10 scientifically impossible places that actually exist. The falls sit above Lake Superior, about a mile inland on the Brule River at Judge C.R. Magny State Park near Grand Marais, Minnesota. He and a group of his peers measured the amount of water going over the falls along with the amount of water near the base of the falls. With results being very similar, it was determined that the water flowing into the Devil's Kettle was deposited right back into the Brule River somewhere near the falls. Researchers have yet to determine where this flow reconnects, as dyes, ping pong balls and other objects thrown into the Devil's Kettle do not reappear. The volcano itself is dormant, but at night a neon blue substance spills down its side, flowing like a river of lava. This phenomenon is caused by the sulfur being mined from within the volcano. Heat causes the sulfur gas trapped inside to build up and escape, causing blue flames to shoot up to 5 meters into the air. The gas then semi-solidifies into a liquid form and flows down the mountain. Once it hardens, it is mined by the workers. The Hesteline lights are unidentified lights observed in a 12-kilometer-long stretch of the Hesteland Valley in rural central Norway. The lights sometimes move at an incredible speed and slowly at other times, seeming to float in midair. Since at least the early 1930s, people have spotted the lights and hypothesized what could be causing them. Some researchers believe they may be caused ionized iron dust, but tests have not been conclusive. Lake Karachay, located in the southern Ural Mountains in eastern Russia, was a dumping ground for the Soviet Union's nuclear weapon facilities. While the Mayak facility was still running, they would dump radioactive material and waste directly into the water, not realizing the potential dangers. There was an accident in 1957 that caused one of the nuclear waste storage tanks to explode, causing radioactive particles to travel over 9,000 square miles. According to the U.S. Navy, there is no such thing as the Bermuda Triangle, but they cannot explain why aircrafts and ships have disappeared in this region in the past. While many ships frequently pass through and commercial and private aircrafts routinely fly over, there is the odd time when they simply seem to vanish. There are some that believe the disappearances are tied to the lost city of Atlantis, which they believe lies deep beneath the tropical cyclone-rich area. On the side of the road, fenced off due to its uniqueness, is a large mulberry tree with a cherry tree growing through the center of it. While parasitic growths of trees caused by birds dropping seeds have happened before, they tend to be quite small before dying and being expelled from the host tree. The unusual thing about these trees is that they are both perfectly healthy and have branches that expand over 5 meters across. The Shanatimpishka gets as hot as 196 F and boils anything that enters the water alive. Usually for a river to reach this temperature it must be in close proximity to a volcano, but the nearest one is nearly 700 kilometers away. Animals have been observed falling into the water and being cooked from the inside out as they struggle to safety. The water seeps deep into the earth, heats up underground, and resurfaces through faults and cracks. The strangest thing, however, is that anything the water of the cave touches turns to stone. Items left near the cave seem to magically turn to stone in amazingly little time. Scientists have found an unusually high mineral content in the waters of the cave. This explains why the items develop a hard shell, much like a stalactite forming, but they cannot explain how it happens so quickly. Then the park and town of Tragos become buried in snow during the icy winters. Come spring there is so much snow melting from the mountains and surrounding areas that the park becomes completely submerged as the nearby Gruner Sea overflows. Divers can then explore the underwater world where bridges and benches, the home of trout and even some of the alpine flowers, will begin to bloom. Over the Catatumbo River, lightning storms begin nearly every night from 7 o'clock at night until near dawn. It can occur more than 260 nights out of the year as lightning streaks across the sky over the water. There is a period of 6 weeks in 2010 that went by without storms, causing scientists to wonder if it would return.